and welcome to Legal Talk. China is writing a new chapter in its legal history with an updated version of the Ecological and Environmental Code that will change how the world's second largest economy protects its environment. The environmental regulation is a systematic integration of decades of ecological laws into one comprehensive framework. The draft, now in its third reading in the national legislature, is made up of 5 sections and over 1,200 articles. So what's actually in it? Let's break it down into integration, upgrading, and teeth. First, integration. For decades, China's environmental rules covering areas such as air, water, and soil were scattered across dozens of laws. This code puts them into one coherent system. Second, upgrading. The new code isn't just a copy of old rules. It raises the bar with stricter caps on pollution, tougher liability for damage, and clearer consequences for officials who fail to adequately protect the environment. China, the world's largest emitter of pollutants, is second largest economy and its biggest manufacturer. When Beijing decides to codify green development into law, the ripple effects will hit supply chains, markets, and climate negotiations worldwide. With the code, China is protecting the environment far beyond its own borders. And the teeth part. The code creates a legal framework for public interest litigation. Citizens and NGOs will now have a stronger voice to sue polluters. And courts will have a clearer playbook. In short, enforcement becomes less negotiable. A code is only as good as its implementation. China has had environmental laws before. The difference here is a codification. It elevates ecological protection to the same legal pedestal as civil rights, sending a message to every factory owner, local official, and investor that China's green transition is no longer optional. China calls the code a harmonious coexistence between man and nature. It could equally be called a legal framework for sustainable growth, but either way, the rules of the game have just changed for China's environment and potentially for the planet.